Hi, I'm Granden. I live in Kimberley, British Columbia, Canada. I'm 42. Yeah, 42 this year. It's a good year. Ah, yes. So cycling, we started cycling in Edmonton, more to commute and just get healthy overall. I used to be 235 pounds. So cycling was a big part of being healthier, and we just made it into almost an everyday occurrence. I rode a lot of different bikes, and it's been something that's been a part of our life for 15 plus years now. I've been dealing with a lot of health issues for quite a long time. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease about 20 years ago. I've had my entire colon removed, so I deal with a lot of different issues there. The one that really threw it in was having neck nerve issues, and I started looking into recumbent bikes, and I found AZUB. I initially started looking at the recumbent two-wheelers, your Max model. I thought that was pretty neat, but it was the balance that had me. I wasn't sold on it yet, and then I started reading about your Ti-FLY and Ti-FLY X models, and that pretty much cemented my choice. And it wasn't much longer after that we purchased my Ti-FLY X. Well, we like to take our Ti-FLYs out on gravel, lots of trails. We do quite a bit of bike packing with our Ti-FLY X's. Those we we take them to some pretty awesome areas, mainly like ATV trails. We've been to the top of some mountains with our Ti-FLYs. They've been excellent units. I ride with my wife. Her name's Myra. She's not here or available today. She's out doing some more adventuring on her own. But we got her in last year. I've been riding the Ti-FLY for 3 years. This was her first year on her Ti-FLY X. And she's loved it. She likes the comfort of the recumbent position, and just the overall feel of riding a bike or riding a trike instead of a bike. We mostly will ride out of our backyard, to be honest. We'll do a bunch of nature park areas, mainly a little bit wider than single track. If we can fit the trikes down it, we'll take them down it. So lots of gravel, lots of trail, and we've got an awesome network or an awesome trail that goes from Kimberley, where we live, to Cranbrook. It's about 40K distance. It's a paved trail, an old rail trail, and that one's a really fun one just to go out and go for a nice day trip. There's some good gravel little circuits, little routes that you can do, that we sometimes take our bikes down or our trikes down. But that's kind of what we do, is mainly gravel and lots of trails. Today we took you to the adaptive trails in the Kimberley Nature Park. Those were recently upgraded to be wider. They used to be just a single track, and now they're just over a meter wide, which makes it just enough to get the Ti-FLY X through, and still be confident riding the trails. They're pretty fun. We did a couple big climbs today too, that were pretty substantial. Lots of switchbacks going up there, but the Ti-FLY just fits on them, makes them pretty fun to ride. And then that Magic Line 3 descent, that little bit of a bermy and downhill type descent was pretty fun, but it's a lot of work to get up to the top. The best part, I like the berms and the little loop-de-doos that you can do. They're pretty fun. That's probably the best part of riding those kind of trails. When we're out bike packing, we get pretty remote areas, but there's still some, I'm not going to say good condition Forest Service roads. They're pretty bumpy, but they're a lot of fun to ride. Anywhere that we can get to a good view, a lake, anything that's got something at the end of it is always nice to ride to. So we've done the Lost Elephant the last 3 years. It's a ride that's been put on by a group of cyclists. It was its 10th year this year, and it was by far the hardest Dumbo route that they have made in the 10 years that they've been doing it. It was 100 and no, it was 300 and some kilometers, and just over 7,000 meters of elevation gain this year. It was a lot of climbing, but also on the end of the climb, you have a descent. So it was pretty special to have those descents at the other end. They were nice enough. The views were good enough at the top, and the descents were fun enough going down that it made you want to do it again. But when you're in the middle of those difficult hills, man, some of those hills were super hard. But it makes getting to the top all that better, and the downs even more fun. Yeah, there was about 60 people this year that took part between the two events. They do a long route that's closer to 500, and then the shorter route that's 300 or 400 usually. It was a really big turnout this year, the best turnout they've had for any of the previous routes. And I would say probably a 50% dropout. Like 50% of the people that signed up that day didn't make the route. A lot of people ended up quitting after 70 or maybe like 70K was a dropout. There was a big climb, and then it was just hard. And then about halfway through, a lot more people dropped out. Because it was relentless. It was either super steep going up or super steep going down. And when you've got no aid stations, when you're carrying all of your own gear, there's no real support around to keep you going. So it's all got to be up here to keep you moving every day. We made it 4 days, and in the 4 days, I think we only made 150 kilometers. I don't even think we made it the halfway through. We had to go back another weekend, or another 2 weekends actually, to finish the rest of the route, which was worth it. It was so much fun. We got to summit a mountain. We summited a mountain on a trike. That was pretty cool. So when we did this route before, or not this route, but the event before, we do a lot of recon with, I use Backroad map books. It's kind of like a Canadian thing. But basically like Google Earth images. And if you can see the trail from the satellite, you're almost guaranteed that you can fit a Ti-FLY X through it. So that's kind of how we made it. We've got a really good community of cyclists that helped us out with like where we were going. Is this route wide enough? Usually they're ATV routes. So if you can fit a side-by-side on it, you can definitely get a Ti-FLY X on it. So both of our trikes are Ti-FLY X's. They both have Rohloffs. We carry bear spray on our front fenders covers. We've got fenders all around. It's kind of needed for the kind of terrain. You never know if it's going to rain or if it's going to be nice out. So the fenders are good. We run Maxxis tires, 2.4s all around. Nice beefy tire that can handle a low PSI, so that you can hit some of the rocks a little bit harder if you want to. And they're good. We've got the King Rack on the back. Both of us have the King Rack. It enables you to hold 4 panniers each. Upwards of 60 pounds of gear each, which is pretty great if you're going out for multi-day trips. We've got a Revelate bag up front on the boom that fits really nice in between the legs. And then we carry another Ortlieb bag underneath the seat. I found that I just got that this year, and that's probably one of my favorite bags on the bike. It's just nice to easily access a bigger container like that on the side. Yeah, and then we've got our flags come out the back of the seat as normal, and I'll hook my water bag up to that, like the hose end to that, so that it's easily accessible. And then we've got, we run walkie-talkie radios between me and my wife. and they're really good. They give you almost a 2-kilometer range wherever you are, and that's more than enough for us to ride at our own pace and still be able to talk to each other. We chose the Rohloff hub just because of its reputation of being bomb-proof. It's got low maintenance, wide range of gearing, and then you can adjust that gearing with your front chainring or even the back sprocket you can change to really dial it in for you. But yeah, the Rohloff's just been bulletproof. It's got a great reputation, and I've always wanted one. Yes, shifting a Rohloff is really nice when you're stopped or when you're coasting and you see it's going to get a big hill in front of you. You can just switch gears. You don't have to be pedaling. That's a pretty handy feature of the Rohloff for sure. We don't have an e-motor, neither does my wife. We've always thought that carrying a battery is fine. I really like the idea of an e-motor. It's just that if you run out of battery, you still got to pedal that thing. And that's an extra 20 pounds. That is 20 pounds I don't really want to pedal, especially when you've had that assist for the whole day. And then you got the last 20K and you've got to pedal that extra poundage. But saying that, I think the batteries are coming along. The motors are getting more efficient. They're getting a better torque. So is it out of the question? Absolutely not. I'm sure we're going to end up with one eventually. Yeah, we've also looked into solar panels. We've got a solar charger for some of our battery packs, and they're coming along too with the technology. I think that it's not going to be much longer until they make something that you can charge a battery that's actually going to last all day long. So I think that the technology is definitely changing rapidly, and it might be in our future sooner than later. Learning to lean comfortably. So whatever, if you're riding in your trike, learning to not have to, I used to at the start lean way forward and like way over, and it was uncomfortable. Now leaning is much easier. You can shift your butt over, and that'll help shift that weight to the outside tire. You don't have to throw your body way over the front tire. Just enough of a butt movement will work. Being confident in the seat is also important, so that you can understand when you're going to tip, so that you can put that weight to that tire. Yeah, just get out there and ride them. These trikes will take it. They're more than capable of taking almost any terrain. We've had them on some pretty gnarly, rocky, steep sections, and man, they just keep on taking it. And it's just a matter of just getting that confidence and learning how to move that weight around on the bike, for sure. Oh man, you guys have made such an awesome trike. I got really no complaints, other than a rear fender that stops breaking. But you know what? We put these things through, we abuse them pretty hard. If it's the rear fender that's the only thing that breaks, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a very solidly built trike. You guys did your R&D very well. Yeah, kudos to you guys on making such a bomb-proof trike that we get to ride and makes it possible for me to get out there again. I can't say thank you enough.